Thanks a lot, Gimba. Let's begin business news tonight with the Nigerian equities market ending the fourth trading week of May with 5 straight sessions of losses owing to continued profit taking by investors. The all-share index fell to its lowest level in 4 months on Friday and ended this week down by 2.84% at 39,323.62. And as for the equities capitalization, it dropped from 14.6 trillion to 14.2 trillion naira. But when you compare it with last week's trading, total volume of shares this week was lower at 1.37 billion shares, worth over 16 billion naira in 21,099 transactions. But traders and analysts are saying that they're optimistic of a full recovery as soon as the 2018 budget is fully approved and implemented by the federal government. And talking about what traders are expecting in the coming week, this time at the money market, the Naira is actually expected to be under great pressure as portfolio investors continue to exit local treasures due to lower yields. But yields are expected to drop in the meantime, supported by system liquidity, including inflows worth 930.5 billion naira from maturing OMO bills, maturing treasury bills, the bond coupon payments, and the monthly disbursement from the Federal Account Allocation Committee. And yields on Nigeria's treasuries have fallen to around 12% from as high as 18% in a year after the government repaid maturing bills rather than roll them over as it does usually. Let's move away from Nigeria's economy now. S&P Global Ratings has affirmed South Africa's foreign currency debt at BB and its local currency debt at BB+, maintaining a stable outlook for the country's economy. And this is coming after the ratings agency downgraded the country's credit rating to junk status in 2017 after a decline in economic outlook and a public finance under former President Jacob Zuma. S&P says that the stable outlook reflects its view that South Africa's economic growth will pick up in 2019, but it warns that the country's improved economic growth remains tentative amidst a weak fiscal position. Well, that's business news for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Ward.
Ethiopia has pardoned an opposition leader with British citizenship who had been sentenced to death, the latest in a series of pardons and releases of jailed dissidents. Ndagachio Sege was sentenced to death in absentia in 2009 over his role in the opposition group Jinbot 7, which led to his arrest in Yemen and extradition to Ethiopia 5 years later. He was granted pardon under special circumstances along with 575 other inmates. Attorney General Berhanu Sagaye said the decision was made with the intention of widening political space. Thousands of prisoners, including several senior opposition leaders, have been freed since January, having been accused of a variety of charges such as terrorism or incitement to topple the government. Time now for sports news with Ayotunde Balogun.
Yes, indeed, Gimba. Well, Real Madrid have retained their UEFA Champions League final for the third time. That's the title, with a 3-1 win over Liverpool in Kiev in the Ukraine. Loris Karius' sloppy throw in the box rebounded off Karim Benzema to give to Real the lead early in the second half. But Sadio Mane's poacher strike following a corner leveled matters moments later. Then Bale came off the bench to score twice to give the Spanish Giants the victory. Well, this victory was met by ecstatic celebrations by Real Madrid fans at the Bernabeu. 16 primary school teams started the journey, but only 2 now have a chance to win the prestigious Channels International Kids Cup. LGA Central Primary School from Kwara State will trade tackles with Baptist Primary School from Osun State in the final of the competition at the Campus Square tomorrow. Both teams are playing in the final for the first time.
Two schools remain standing in this year's edition of the Channels International Kids Cup after 5 days of exciting football action at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos.
Defender, can he pass the ball in? Oh, brilliant goalkeeping there. But still danger averted, and finally, we get the first goal of the game.
The competition saw a flurry of goals and moments of pure footballing genius from the kids.
Brilliant reply.
Perhaps get the first goal. Brilliant one in. The goalkeeper gets something on it, and
Danger still not averted. Ball bouncing around, and that's the first goal of the game.
Number 8 free-scoring LGEA Central Primary School from Kwara State will play in the final after they beat Emmanuel Anglican School from Ekiti by 5 goals to 2.
Oh my goodness, your drum first blood, Raymond.
Kwara boys taking the lead as it were yesterday. They got that goal versus Pt.4, demonstration school of Ughelli. Today they've again got the opening goal.
He's taking the shot, he swings it in, an opportunity yet again for them, and that's goal number 5. Kwara have totally sealed this game.
Washington State also beat Ex-Planter Primary School Lagos by 6 goals to 5 via penalties to qualify for the finals.
Uzo Anthony has to score. The goalkeeper is off his line, but hey, he kicks.
If it's crying at this point, imagine when they win, as the case may be.
A chance, and he's missed it.
Question on the lips of many is, who will be the winner of the Channels International Kids Cup Season 10? Well, Campus Square on Lagos Island will be playing host to those finals on Children's Day, May the 27th.
And that's sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Leaders of North and South Korea, Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in, have met in the demilitarized border area between the two countries. This comes as the two sides continue with efforts to put the historic US-North Korea summit back on track. It's the second time that the two leaders are meeting in barely a month. On Thursday, US President Donald Trump cancelled the summit, scheduled for the 12th of June, but later suggested it might still go ahead. And on a programming note, Channels Television, your multiple award-winning station, will bring to you a special program tagged Roadmap 2019. This special program seeks to bring to you opinions of former presidents, heads of state, technocrats, party leaders, governors, and many other people in the country. And we'll be focusing on the 2019 general elections. This Monday, our guest is the former chairman of the All Progressives Congress Governors Forum in Imo State, Governor Rochas Okorocha. Please join us at 9 p.m. on Monday, May the 28th for Roadmap, only on Channels Television. And the main news again. The Nigerian army today announced the arrest of a syndicate allegedly involved in child trafficking between Plateau and Anambra states. While parading the group in Jos, the Plateau state capital, the army said that it rescued a 5-year-old girl from the gang at a checkpoint in Kaduna State. And that's how it's been on the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Gimba Omar. Bye for now.